Back in Italy, back at Monza, and Formula One's most successful team nabbed the top 2 spots at their home race. Lewis Hamilton, a 5-time winner of the Italian Grand Prix, was the fastest man on track, clocking in at 1 minute 20, 1:17. Charles Leclerc was 1600ths back in P2. He suffered a lock-up approaching turn 1 and was forced to cut the Rettifilo chicane. After their double DNF last weekend, Ferrari needed a boost. Their drivers spent Wednesday in Milan in front of thousands at Tifosi, with Hamilton saying the energy he felt should help negate the disappointment of Zandvoort, after which the 7-time champ was hit with a 5-place grid penalty, which means he'll be at an immediate disadvantage come Sunday. Pierre Gasly, whose sole F1 victory so far came 5 years ago here, ran into traffic on more than one occasion.
It's always the same guy.
This guy being Carlos Sainz, who was looking decent in the session, as was teammate Alex Albon, who also appeared to be in Gasly's way.
I think it's second time Williams is on the line, so I need to overtake these people if they can help with that before we get an incident.
Having endured a run of so-called bogey tracks, the Williams drivers can possibly relax a little this weekend, the Temple of Speed being one of the circuits that apparently suits the FW47. Albon was pushing hard through the second Lesmo at one point, his rear swinging into the gravel. Sainz finished a fine P3, Albon P7 for his efforts. Fernando Alonso had a big off at the Variante Ascari, the dust from his sojourn in the Stones blocking Max Verstappen's view. The defending champion was P4 this time out. Lando Norris touched the gravel at both Lesmo curves, turns 6 and 7. Mixed emotions in the Woking team camp last weekend. Joy for Oscar Piastri, taking his 7th win of the season, extending his lead in the Drivers' Championship to 34 points, and heartache for Norris, cruising comfortably in second for most of the race, his damage limitation efforts thwarted by a technical failure, resulting in retirement. The Briton seems to have taken the disappointment in his stride and remains positive, stating there are plenty more races to come. His Australian teammate reinforcing that assertion, saying he feels far from comfortable. He's probably right to be cautious. A reversal of fortunes in Monza or one of the next few races, and everything could change. McLaren elected FP1 in Monza to be one of their mandatory young driver sessions, so a 19-year-old Alex Dunn was given his second run out of the season in place of the current championship leader. He made his debut in Austria this year, finishing a creditable P4, behind the man whose car he was stealing for the hour. He found traffic late in the session.
What is Veerman doing? Veerman impeded me. Not that it matters to me, but later on in the weekend for you guys.
Yeah, understood. Been noted.
Another driver given a run out at Monza was Paul Aron, Alpine reserve, sitting in for Franco Colapinto. The Estonian making his 3rd FP1 appearance of the season, put a wheel on the grass, approaching the Roger chicane, and ended up facing the wrong way.
Becoming more and more fashionable, isn't it? Push the margins on the entry as far as you can until you find the limit, and that was the limit.
Dunn won the battle of the youngsters, P16. Aaron was 20th and last at the flag. Isaac Hadjar had a moment at the turn 4-5 chicane, cutting a corner, and later took a too tight line through the Variante Ascari. His spraying of the stones causing a brief red flag. What a week it's been for the Frenchman. A few days on from his maiden F1 podium in Zandvoort, and apparently still unable to get his hands on the trophy he accidentally broke during the team's riotous celebrations. P10 in FP1 and P13 for teammate Liam Lawson, who went wide at the second Lesmo. Turn 7, his racing ball kicking up dust in his wake. The session came to a slightly early end when George Russell pulled his Mercedes over after a technical problem.
I've lost my
Okay.
brakes are blocked.
You're true.
Sucker. I'm stuck in 7.
Okay.
So a Ferrari 1-2 in front of the Tifosi, with Sainz P3, then came Verstappen, Antonelli, Norris, Albon, Russell, Alonso and Hadjar. P11 for Gabriel Bortoleto, one better than Sauber teammate Hulkenberg. And they were ahead of Lawson, Tsunoda, Stroll, Dunn, Ocon, Gasly, Behrman and Aaron.